Welcome back to the studio here at TandemCTelevision, and we've got a lot of work to do, a lot of work for CCG 2084. I really want to get this series moving forward, so we've got a lot of work to do, and I think we're going to start this update with getting to work on the TRX-Z. So we got to get back to work on the TRX-Z, or what is a Traxxas TRX-4, that we've done a lot of modifications to for the series CCG 2084. And what I think we need to do this update is try to get the electronics done, or at least what I think I'd really like to do is get the electronics planned out, mapped out for it, and then we'll get as much done as we can as far as actually getting it all buttoned up. But we've got a lot that's going into this truck, so we're going to need to get, I think, multiple batteries into it. We've got, of course, an ESC and a receiver that that we need to get planned out where we're going to be building into. But now, remember, this has a full interior, so we've got to really think about how we're planning all these different electronics and batteries and whatnot to go into this, because we're going to be filming close-ups on the interior of this truck. So we've got to really think about this. Plus, we've got a servo in the top missile launcher. We've got a servo that's inside the truck for the big gun inside the truck that we're going to have to hook up. And then I'm also wanting to put a lot of lights in this. So I really want it to glow, because most of this series, most of CCG 2084 that we're going to be using this truck in is going to be very dark. So I want a lot of the buildings and the trucks to glow. So I want to get a lot of lights into this truck too, on the interior and in the headlights. So I think we're going to need probably a battery pack to power not only the truck, but then one just for the lights, I think is going to be the best bet. Well, let's go ahead and start getting to work, starting by removing the body. And I don't know if I've actually shown you guys how easy it is to remove the body. Basically, all you need to do is just remove the big gun, pull it off the servo, and then there's two magnets in the back on the cage and two magnets up front underneath the hood that hold the body on, and it's very easy to remove or to reattach, which is very important for when we start filming. We want to be able to remove and attach the body easily, because we're going to have to make adjustments on the interior to the characters in the interior. So we want to be able to pull that off and put it back very easily. And we've got figures, two figures that'll fit into the car or into the truck. One is the gunner, the guy working the big gun, and then also a driver. So I'll go ahead and pull those out. And that kind of gives us a little bit of a look at what we have to work with here. Basically, we've got a battery tray that I 3D printed and mounted up in the center of the truck. Gives us a place for hopefully some battery storage. And then we also have some space behind the driver's seat. So hopefully this will give us enough space to work with. As far as radios, I really have two different options here in the shop that I can use. I've got a 6-channel Futaba radio that I was using on an old helicopter build I did years ago. And then I've got a 5-channel DX5C. This is the radio that I use for most of the trucks here at the shop. But I think I'm going to use the 6-channel radio because I could use that extra channel for all the different lights and servos and everything that we're going to need to control while we're running this truck. The only thing is, I don't know if I have a good receiver for it or not. I know I have one, but I think I burnt it up years ago. But at least we can use it as a placement or as a placeholder when we build out the electronic. We're also going to need a battery, so I pulled out my big tub of batteries I have into the shop to try to find a battery that we can use. Now, most of what I have are going to be too big for this battery tray or for the space that we have to work with. I have some different smaller batteries, some little 6 volts and whatnot that we could try to use. I think this one's going to be too wide for the tray. That's not going to really work for us. I've got some hump packs too from some old gas-powered cars I used to have. I don't know if these are really going to do the job. They might be a little too small. Now, we could use one of those to actually power the lights. I don't know. Maybe that's something to to think about. And well, here's an oldie but a goodie. This battery's probably, I don't know, 100 years old. I think we'll not use that. But I think down here I do have something that'll work. These speed packs that I have, I think these will work. I don't even remember what these were from. I think they were from a 12th scale truck or something. I think this will work perfect. It seems to fit in the tray, perfect size, and even better than that, I actually have 2 of these battery packs, so I could keep one in the truck and one on the charger. Somewhere in here, I think I do have a second one, so we can keep one charged up and then one in the truck running the truck, and then maybe, like I said, use another battery. I think that's about all I have to work with here in the tub. But maybe we can use another battery to power the lights. Guys, I'm gonna have to apologize. I kind of messed up. I thought I was filming some work I did. But it turns out I wasn't. Turns out I don't know how to use, or at least appropriately use, my new camera. And so I thought I was filming some work that I did, but I wasn't, it turns out. So I thought what we could do is just jump in, and I can just show you what we've got and let you know what I did when I thought I was filming. So what I did to start with was just try painting everything black, including the ESC. I figure if we paint it black, it'll hide a lot better inside the truck. I also went ahead and painted a lot of the wiring, like the motor cables, the motor wires, some of the servo and ESC wiring. I think with it painted black, we'll be able to hide this a lot better. Now I left the paint pretty rough. Also, I do want it to look weathered. But I think that's going to hide a lot better for us. And now I've also, as far as the battery tray goes, I added some magnets and a top plate. And this top plate will allow us a place to mount the receiver. So it'll give us a spot, I think, that we could either just mount the receiver or maybe build a box or some kind of cover, and also a spot for the extra battery pack for the lighting or anything like that if we want to build a box for that also. But I think this is going to be a good first step as far as getting all this wiring and batteries and electronics integrated into this full interior. If we look through the window, you can see it. I mean, you literally can't see any of the wiring with it painted black. Now we can see the servo wire coming out of the gun servo there. But as far as all the wiring we just painted, if we look through the front window or the side window, you really can't see it. You can't even see the ESC in there. So I think the idea of just painting everything black is really going to work. I tried looking through the front window here too. It was hard to get the camera to focus, but you really just can't see the wiring in there. So I think that's going to be an idea that's going to work for us. Now I also want to go ahead and start adding some of the lights, starting with the lights up front. So I just removed the guards from the front lights. And then I've got some green LEDs. In fact, I've got a bunch of different colored LEDs, but I've got some of those. I've got some green ones that I think I want to mount 2 on each side in the holes that are here in the body. Now these holes aren't big enough, so I'm going to have to just drill them out so that the LEDs will fit. And I went ahead and did that. I went ahead and drilled them out, and now you can see they fit in perfectly from the back side. They're just pressure fit in there, which is how I think I'll leave them in case any of these LEDs go out. I can replace them easily. But they mount in there nicely. Now I just need to go ahead and get the light covers back on, and I'm going to temporarily hook them up to a battery pack I have so we can kind of check out how they look. So I think what I'll do, I'll go ahead and get these covers mounted back up, get them glued back in place, and then we'll hook it up to the battery pack and we'll see what we've got. All right, so I've got them hooked up to the battery pack. I think what we're going to need to do now, I need to turn some of these lights off. I don't think we're going to be able to see really what this is going to look like. So I'm going to turn off some of the lighting I use for filming, and then I've also got some lights here on the work table that I use for actually doing work. Go ahead and flip those off. Now we're going to still have a lot of light coming in because the sun's coming through the window. But let's see what we've got here. And it's not too bad. That's actually, I'm not going to lie, that's better than what I was expecting. Actually, that's a lot better than I was expecting, especially with the amount of light that's coming in via the sun through the window. Now, we do have some kind of bleed through in these fenders. I can fix that up. I'll throw some putty in there or something to kind of block that out so we don't get that light bleeding through. But as far as coming through the holes that we had drilled in these light covers, I think it's a lot brighter and a lot better than I was really expecting. And I like the green. I really do. Now, we had built a bumper for this with the idea of those lights shining through the shop logo, so I really want to check out, see what that's going to look like also. Okay, and this is actually a lot better than I was expecting. I was not expecting the lights to glow this well through the skulls that we put in the front bumper, but that actually, I mean, let me know what you think down below, but I think that turned out pretty good, and I like the green, and I think with the idea of the green, I think that if we make the shop trucks, the shops that come out of Creepy Crawler's garage, glow green, and then we do all the outsiders or the bad guys in the series vehicles red, I think that's a good tool we can use to keep the audience knowing, who's the good guys, who's the bad guys. We got the green trucks and we got the red trucks. So I'm kind of excited about this. I'm excited how well this is actually working out so far. So I went ahead and threw a couple LEDs up into the roof of the truck and got the wires kind of showing a little bit, but that's okay. We'll hide those later. But I like the glow that's giving inside of the truck. I think it's a lot better than I was expecting. I really wasn't expecting these LEDs to work so well. A lot better than I expected. Again, let me know what you think down below. But with the headlights, the glow out of the interior, I think we're looking pretty good. Now, I wanted to go ahead and get the driver into the truck just to see how well the light from the roof, those lights from the roof are going to glow on the driver. We're going to be able to see him in there. And it actually doesn't work too bad. Now, I think I might, and I left some space or a way to add lighting to the dash itself to give a glow coming out of the dash. And I think that'll help light up the driver even better. But just the two LEDs in the interior so far really gives us a good look at the figures inside. So if the figures are moving around in the truck, we'll be able to see that happening. I also want to add some LEDs out back, or some green glow in the back. I accidentally pinched the servo wire under the body there, but that's okay. We need to add some lighting in the back. And this is a 3D a bumper that we 3D printed for this truck, which really doesn't have any light housing. So I thought maybe what we could try at first is just to add some lighting up underneath the tray, just to give a glow out back. We don't actually have to have backup lights or rear tail lights. We're not passing DOT in the apocalyptic future. So I thought I'd try to add a glow, and it's not really working out too well. I mean, it's glowing. You can kind of see it reflecting there on the work table. And I think if it was darker, we'd get a better glow. But it's not really. This didn't work out as well as I was hoping, like the other lights did. So I think what I'll probably have to end up doing is adding some housings to put the LED in so that they'll just directly shine out back. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about everything as far as the electronics and the lighting so far in this. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think and if you have any ideas. All right, well, I'm out of time, guys, for this update. I've got to get this done and edit it up for you guys. So I thank you for joining me again. Hit that like button down below. Share this video. It turns out that the share button, or the sharing of videos, is what's really working in the YouTube algorithms right now. So if you would, share this video with others. Subscribe if you want to keep up. Look down below to get your coffee. There's a link down below to get some coffee, and a link down below for your CA glue needs. So check those out down below. Thanks for joining me again, and I'll see you in the next update. Bye-bye.